Hello. So I'm kind of doing two videos in one. So I'm going to do my nighttime routine, and it's not anything fancy where I'm going to set up the camera and me being in the shower and all that jazz. I'm literally just gonna sit here. But while I'm doing my nighttime routine, I wanted to talk to you guys because I mentioned in last week's vlog about migraines that I wanted to do like a video on my migraine story, and actually quite a few of you were like, yes, please. So I'm going to do that. I am fresh out of the shower and there is remnant of makeup, but my hair has not been combed because I wanted to share that I have been enjoying this Living Proof Nightcap Overnight Protector. I've been using this in lieu of my Lonza trauma treatment, and it smells really good. It's the same price, and I can't tell if I notice a big difference between the two, but I'm gonna use my wet brush. So, getting into my migraine story, I can remember being very young with migraines. I'm talking like preteen young. I can't recall if it was before or after puberty. I'm pretty sure it was before. Like, I can remember being really young. My earliest memory of a migraine is I was with my great-grandparents who actually lived in outside of Kingman, Arizona, and I used to spend a lot of time with them growing up. And we went to California to visit their daughter, which would be like my grandma, and they didn't have access to a Costco in Kingman. This is so random. And so we went to, my grandmother was at work, and so they wanted to stop at Costco. Like, this is how vivid this memory is. And I wanted to stay in the truck because I had a migraine. And I remember they got back in the truck and they wanted to go somewhere else. And I told them, like, I just didn't feel good. I thought I was gonna get sick, like throw up. And I had to pee really bad. And like, I just remember I couldn't keep my eyes open because it hurt so bad. And obviously when you're that young, you don't know what a migraine is. So first thing I'm gonna do is go in with my bubblegum lip scrub. Anyways, so I can remember being very young, and oddly enough, my mom and dad both worked in the medical field, and anytime, that is so yummy, anytime you complained about something, if you were sick or they didn't want to hear it, which sounds really odd, and we had insurance and everything like that, obviously, but I don't know what it was, but they just, like, they never took us to the doctor. Like, something had to be bleeding or broken for us to go to the doctor. Like, we weren't, if we were ever sick or anything like that, and I can remember, like, complaining to them about these migraines, they never took me to the doctor. So I was never diagnosed with, like, migraines or anything like that. So I'm going in with a Shiseido Cotton. This is a brand new pack. The lovely Miss Shauna. Ugh. She doesn't do videos anymore, but she is very active on Instagram. You should go check her out. Recommended these to me, I want to say like years ago. And I am taking my It Cosmetics also recommendation from Shauna. Miracle Water Anti-Aging 3-in-1 Glow Tonic. So that is like my earliest memory. Now, fast forward to the first time I ever did anything about my migraines was after Andrew and I got married. So that's like 15 to 20 years of me just living with them and not doing anything about them. Obviously when you're in the military, you have, like, active duty, you have easy access to medical. It's free, you don't have co-pays, you don't have deductibles, like any of that. So the very first time I saw a neurologist was after I had Aiden, actually, because they were gone when I was pregnant, and so I was like, oh my gosh, you know, like, pregnancy cures everything. Well, they came back, I want to say like 6 months after, and so I finally went and saw a neurologist, and we did a CT scan. Nothing came up, which is awesome, and he didn't diagnose me with anything, but I want to say, like, that I'm 90% sure that I have cluster headaches, which are like the worst of the worst. When I get a migraine, I can always feel it come up behind my left eye. Next, I'm gonna go in with this H2O Beauty Oasis Hydrating Eye Balm, and I just drag that up. I can always tell it's behind my left eye. It gets so bad it goes through my whole entire head. I cannot look at lights. Any noise makes it worse. Any movement makes it worse. I am a puker. I cannot take anything. I can't drink anything. I can't eat anything. And I don't puke every single time. You guys have heard me mention that the last migraine I had, which was actually last week, was probably one of the worst ones I've had in a long time, because obviously they did go away again when I was pregnant with Bailey. And so it was bad. It was bad. Next, I'm gonna use my Good Genes from Sunday Riley. Expensive stuff. And I focus this really on my forehead because that's where I have like the most signs of aging. So when I went to the neurologist the first time, I'll talk about medicines that I've had. I was first prescribed Zomig, Z-O-M-I-G. Pretty sure they were 5 milligrams. And what that is a nasal spray that you take through your nose. And it was literally the worst thing ever. It would go like in the back of your throat. You could taste it. It was 9 times out of 10 didn't even help because it doesn't, like, your body doesn't absorb it the correct way. So the next time I went and I saw a different neurologist in the same office, he prescribed me zolmitriptan, not sumatriptan. It started with a Z as well, and that was a dissolving tablet. I can't remember the milligram, but that was by far the best medicine. What I'm taking right now, I actually told my when I got out here to Arizona, I didn't have a primary care physician. So I was like getting everything done while I was with my OB after I had Bailey because they came back so quick. This is the Ole Henriksen Invigorating Night Transformation Gel. And I focus this on my pore area. When I told her I wanted zolmitriptan, she automatically gave me a prescription for sumatriptan. And that is a pill that you take orally. And if you are able to get it, sometimes it works on the first time, sometimes it works on the second. All 3 of which that I have been prescribed, you can only take 2 in a 24-hour period. The last couple times that I had taken the sumatriptan, I had to take 2 to get it to work. And this last time I couldn't even take it because when I first got my migraine, because I threw up so much. Next, we're going in with the Pure Truth Activating Oil, also from Ole Henriksen. The effects of this medicine, the sumatriptan, is probably, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like being high. Now, mind you, I wasn't a drug user, not in high school, not as a young adult. Like, it just wasn't my thing. I was a drinker. No, you know what I mean? Like, not hiding anything, not being anything or saying anything that I'm not. I'm just being honest. I've never been a drug user. And so that's the only thing I can like equate it to, because like your sense of like your thought process is completely off track. Like even construing a sentence together is very hard, and it makes you feel very like out of body experience. And Prop Beauty Christy says that it makes her skin hurt. It doesn't do that to me. It just like makes me feel icky. I don't know. I don't like it. So those are the medicines that I have taken. Some tips and tricks. This is the Kiehl's Creme de Corps. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's really, really greasy, but it's also kind of hydrating. I don't know. Some things that help me, I have to have a dark room with complete silence, and a bed. And I was mentioned on the vlog, which if you don't watch vlog, I put up weekly vlogs every week. On Mondays I upload a new weekly vlog if you were interested. I mentioned something that helps me is definitely cold. I kind of gave like an example, like when you have aches and pains, you want heat to kind of loosen everything up and, you know what I mean, relax. when you have like sprains and injuries, you want cold to stop blood flow so it's not like throbbing, and you know what I mean, take down swelling, inflammation, stuff like that. So cold with a migraine helps a million times over. Depending on how bad the migraine is, we'll get into the shower and take as cold as I can stand, and then I will lay in bed butt naked and have a fan on me, and probably even another wet washcloth that's cold. That way I'm just trying to decrease that blood flow and try and get it to help as much as possible. Now I'm gonna go in with my fresh sugar lip therapy, and that wraps up my nighttime skincare routine. Look at how shiny I am. It's like super hydrating, but my skin is super dry. So that helps me a lot. Once I can eat something, I have like a signature migraine meal, and Andrew will like even make it for me most of the time. He like knows that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a glass of milk, I don't know what it is about like being completely dehydrated, or that acid, like that creamy peanut butter and the milk, like the creaminess like just settles my stomach so well. It just like balances everything out, because I just feel so gross. Your mouth is like, you know what I mean, because you're not like up and brushing your teeth. I have an electric toothbrush. An electric toothbrush with a migraine would be like literally sticking needles in your eyes. So that's one thing. Another thing post migraine that I do is water, obviously, to rehydrate, and I do hair and face mask to try and get some, you know, you're laying on a pillow for however many hours. I can be in bed up to 48 hours. I have been in bed that long before. This last one I was in bed 35 hours, which is pretty bad. So, you know, you're kind of just damaging your skin, you're damaging your hair, especially me because I get it wet. But in the moment, like, it helps. And so it's easier to repair all that, you know what I mean, than to sit there and suffer when you're already suffering. And so hair mask, face mask is really, really good. Some of my triggers, my biggest trigger is no sleep. I wish to God, I really pray that I could be one of those people that gets away with 6 hours of sleep, you know, because I'm a mom, and so there aren't a whole lot of moms out there who can sit there and get like 8 hours of beauty sleep, but especially when your kids are young. I'm getting emotional because like my biggest thing about migraines is like I miss out on time with my kids, which just sucks. And I feel really a lot of guilt, not making Andrew, but like that Andrew has to like do everything on his own, and obviously he's more than capable and he never complains just because that's how Andrew is. But that's my biggest trigger, is no sleep. Another trigger that I've noticed is certain cheeses, which sounds so strange, but there's actually articles on it. Sorry. There's a cheese that we eat, it's called the Dubliner. It's the same one that makes the butter, and it's like a, or is it the Dubliner or Kerrygold? One of those. We get it at Costco, and it's like a hard cheese that sometimes I'll notice if I eat it. That gives me a headache, migraine. So I think my next step is, now that I do have a primary care physician, is to go back to him and kind of re-evaluate what's going on, if there's further testing we can do. And definitely I would like to get back with zolmitriptan, because that's the one that dissolves, and so you can't throw up what your body already, you know what I mean? Like, you can't throw it up. It's already absorbed, other than the sumatriptan, which is, I'm not good at taking pills anyway, and so anyways, yeah, I hope that maybe that helps you. Another trigger for me is definitely too much TV, like sitting in one spot. Like, I notice if my parents like want to have a movie date and they literally sit in the, like, on the couch for 10 hours, 8 hours watching like a show, like binge watching something on Netflix, or, you know, movie after movie, I can't do it with them, otherwise I'll get a migraine even if I wear my glasses. That's another thing that kind of helped, is I do get my eyes I did get my eyes checked finally because my prescription had changed. I didn't have like vision insurance. I did, but I never used it. I like was not an adult until Andrew and I got married. The military kind of forces you to, like, they automatically schedule stuff for your service members, and so it kind of reminds you to do it. And so definitely get your vision checked. Even if you don't have bad vision, you could be squinting and not even knowing it. That's what happened to me when I was like 19. And I was still on my parents' insurance because I was going to school full time. My prescription was so low, it was like laughable, I guess, is what the classes lady said, but I was squinting, and so we thought maybe that was causing my migraines. And so since then, my prescription has changed quite a few times. I actually just went last week and got a new prescription, so I'm gonna order my glasses off of iBuy Direct. With my insurance, I get 1 free eye exam a year, and they just write up the prescription and I take it. I don't do the glasses in store because a lot of times they're like a couple $100s, and even with TRICARE Prime, which was what we're on right now, and it's supposed to be one of the best insurances out there, as far as like co-pays and deductibles and stuff like that, you don't have any of that, depending on like if you're in network. But anyway, we get no lenses and no frames. Like, they don't cover any of that, so we're completely responsible, and they're expensive, you know. So I order my glasses off of iBuy Direct. I've purchased 2 pairs off of there. No, 3. I broke a pair on accident, or actually I think Aiden did, but I replaced them and got an additional pair because they were like a back to school sale last year, and I'm definitely gonna order them again. I've had no issues. They're like $30 depending on what kind of frames you get. You don't have to go too expensive. I don't, because I'm not like the best person about like putting them in the case, and I have 2 young kids, a baby that grabs anything that's on my face, and then Aiden, if he gets a hold of anything, it usually gets snapped in half. So I definitely recommend that, getting your eyes checked. And yeah, I would definitely get with your doctor and see what, you know, procedure and tests are right for you. I really want to see about maybe get an MRI, because since we found out so much stuff about my medical history this year with, like, I have blood issues. In case some of you are new, I do have neutropenia, which is a low white blood cell count, which affects your entire body. And also I had to get a bone marrow biopsy, and I have absolutely no iron stores in my bones, which affects your blood again. And so I do have to take supplements. It's just iron. It's not that big of a deal, but my whole body is affected by it. I'm tired all the time. I have disgusting side effects. Like, I have a sore in my mouth that just keeps popping up, and you know what I mean? Just like stuff like that. So I'm wondering if maybe they're correlated, if they're tied together. I want to ask and see. This has turned into such a long video, but I really wanted to get this up for you guys because quite a few of you took an interest in it, and so I really appreciate that. I think it was Savannah who has been getting migraines, and then she said she wanted to show it to her friend who doesn't really watch YouTube, because she just started getting them as well. So I hope this helped. Definitely get with your doctor, see what kind of prescriptions you can take. There are things you can do and medications you can do that are preventative, where you take them every single day. I did that for 60 days and it literally did nothing for me. I still got migraines. I was getting them almost like once or twice a week. That was when I was smoking. If you are a smoker, that may attribute to it. I feel like since I quit smoking, which was almost 2 years now, they've definitely decreased. Like, I was literally getting more than 1 a week, where I have to call out sick, and since we've had the kids, like, Andrew has to call out if I have them. So definitely, if you are a smoker and getting migraines, I would highly recommend you, like, internally talking to yourself and seeing if you are ready to quit smoking. I am not a person that shames smokers because I quit smoking, like, now I'm holier than thou or anything like that. Quitting smoking was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life, and I popped out 2 kids via C-section, but still, it's hard. And the only time you're gonna do it is if you're ready to do it. You're not gonna do it for anyone else except for yourself. So with that out of the way, definitely yeah, if they want to put you on preventative, it may work for you. Give it 30 to 60 days to see if it works. See if there's maybe some blood work you can do. Maybe you have some deficiencies of your own in your blood. Definitely see about a CT scan because you don't want anything scary. Get a referral to a neurologist if you can. I know I don't know actually how other insurances work. Like I don't know how much it is for you guys to like go to specialties or anything like that. So if it is expensive, I totally understand. But I feel like migraines are a crippling thing to have in your life. They affect your life. And I wish more people understood that. Like my parents don't understand migraines at all. And it's hurtful, you know what I mean? Because like people almost look at you as you're like being lazy or you just want to like spend a day in bed. And I would give anything to not be in that bed. I wouldn't even complain about having like 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Like maybe I would say I'm tired and drink another cup of coffee, but I wish it wasn't a side effect of that. And it's a really, really hard thing to deal with in life, and it's frustrating, and I'm right there with you. You know, not a lot of people understand it. And I'm gonna link a video down below. And I'm pretty sure it was Excedrin that like made this video, and it was like 3 people who had migraines and they had a loved one with them, and Excedrin like made this simulator of what a migraine is, like the blurred vision and the loud noises, and you know what I mean. Every single loved one that when they were done with the simulation, they were like bawling like, oh my God, I can't believe you go through this. I'm so sorry. And I would like give anything for my parents to realize that, or you know what I mean. Andrew is very sympathetic to the situation, but anyway, it's really, really hard. And if you're going through this, I'm really sorry because it's not talked about a lot and there's not a lot of information out there, I feel like. And it could be a million different things, but it's really frustrating. So I've rambled enough. I'm gonna get off of here and go sleep. I'm tired. And hope I don't get a migraine. So maybe if you have more information, if you are a sufferer of, you can leave more triggers down below. So that way you can kind of think about it. I did keep a journal for a little while and that also helped. So yeah, if everybody could help each other out in the comments down below and watch that simulation, it's intense. It is. So I love you guys so much. If you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany Cocco. You are watching the Cocco channel. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.